Okay. I'm just checking to see if everything's okay. Sometimes I'm having some trouble with Restream here. Sometimes it's choppy. Sometimes it's I can't hear myself and stuff. Just checking to see if everything's okay. Sometimes I'm having some trouble with Restream here. Sometimes it's choppy. Sometimes I can't hear myself and stuff. Let's see here. Just let me. Maybe I can. Okay. Okay, I think we're good to go now. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go now. So, how are things? I just, it's been a long couple of weeks for me. Um, I took a week off, maybe 2 weeks ago. I came back for a week, and then I got really sick, like 5 or 6 days, just like with the flu. I took COVID test and it came back negative. But all the while, I wasn't really worried about my business going away. This is because of a repeatable sales strategy, right? Can you be confident in your sales strategy that you'll be able to go away for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and everything will be okay? Well, it's kind of scary to think about it if you don't have a repeatable sales strategy yet, right? So this is why I want to touch base with you and really give you kind of a little bit of guidance in the area about how I came up with a sales strategy. Of course, I worked with several different coaches, along the way, right? I worked with like 3 or 4 coaches within um, the year right now. But the thing is, I mean, let's say if you find a coach, right? And he's a wonderful coach, he's a great coach, and he gives you tips, and it's awesome, obviously. But you're going to have to find a way to communicate with your audience in your own way, right? To be you. I mean, your coach can guide you all, your coach can guide you, but you are the one on the sales calls. You are the one DMing. You are the one reaching out to them, or maybe you're the one um, making your content, right? So in this way, you have to have a repeatable sales strategy to get the results that you want. And just like in my post right now, in this LinkedIn Live, many people, like I've had like maybe 5 or 6 sales calls this week, and they all say the same thing. They want to work less, make more, spend more time with their family, right? So I think this is like a global thing, right? Work less, make more, spend more time with your family. But at the same time, you have to make your hours count, right? You have to find a way to make your hours count and not really spend time on things that don't need to be done right away, but spend your time on things that really make you progress, grow. Now, it is the only measurement of your business money. Well, obviously not, right? It's it's you feeling empowered to teach, or you feeling empowered to help other people, right? I think that's my main goal. But of course, the money always helps, right? Unfortunately, in this world, it's centered on money, right? So we need money to survive. We need money to take care of our family for that vacation. We need money to move around, right? So not recognizing this when having a business is a mistake, right? Because we all need money to live. And right now, I do have a day. Right now, I do have a day job. I work 6 hours, 4 or 5 days a week. But of course, you know, we have to make time for finding this repeatable strategy in our businesses, right? Because this is where our joy comes, and this is where we're going to, the more people that we're going to help, or the more people that pay money for our services, then we can help them fully, right? Obviously. And then um, the more people we're going to help, right? Because then we have social proof. Then we can ask for social proof and testimonials and so on and so forth, right? So this is always a very important thing to remember, right? Is always to find this repeatable strategy, right? So how much data on a daily basis do I work on my business? Well, from 2 to 3 hours per day, 5 days a week, maybe on weekends, depending on on the things happening, right? So that's relatively a short period of time, like maybe 2 to 3 hours, 5 days a week is relatively a short period of time to work on a business, but yet, you know, the results are speaking for themselves. You know, like I've had 5 discovery calls this week, and I've committed 3 people more that are going to start in November. So yes, I I do have a wait list, but yeah. Anyway, so this just goes to show you having this repeatable sales strategy is so important, to really manifest, to really show that you want to help as many people as possible out there, right? With your own strategies, but at the same time, be rewarded by your efforts, by payment, obviously, right? And at the same time, um, you can help them. You can help other people make more money, right? And so it's a full circle, right? What comes around goes around. What you put out there comes back to you, right? So it's going to help you by having a repeatable sales strategy. Um, so how to how can we start getting this kind of repeatable sales strategy, though? How can we start really, um, like so how to how can we, like, really getting into this, right? So I'm just checking to see if I'm good on LinkedIn. Everything seems to be good. So, well, first of all, it's how other people perceive ourselves, how other people perceive us, by us remaining exclusive, right? By us remaining really exclusive, um, to really, um, like, for instance, like, why do people pay more for Prada, or for these exclusive brands that cost thousands of dollars, but they're just a bag, right? It's exclusivity, right? And so we need to really create that kind of stigma for our brand. How do we do this? Well, by the way that we are with prospects. Um, we don't want to chase our prospects down. If we find if we find we are constantly, or not constantly, even sometimes chasing our prospects down, well then we are doing something wrong, right? And it starts with not offering free calls, or free assessments. Book your 30-minute discovery call right now, right? After every post, or after, this is like a push methodology, right? Of course, push methodologies do work, once your business reaches a level where you incorporate funnels and funnel systems and some automation. But if you're just starting out, or if you're trying to find a repeatable strategy, and first, and you're DMing your prospects and they're not answering you, well, then you have some work to do in this, right? You have some work to do in the way to find a way to lower sales friction, to really commit them, right? The purpose of the purpose of DMing is basically to get them on a discovery call. Now, it all starts with their content, yes. So if you don't know how to write or copyright yet, get a book um, on copywriting. Just say copywriting books on Google and start employing some of the methodologies, or start following some influencers and copy the way they write. Usually it starts with a hook, for them to click the see more, because the way your post shows in, it's the first three lines of the LinkedIn that they're exposed to on the feed. And if you get their hook and if you get their attention, then they want to click the see more, right? And only then they're going to read your content. If it doesn't start with that, well, then if they just connect with you, or if you put out a connection request to them and they're not exposed to your content yet, well, you have to find out a way specifically how to expose them to your content without driving that friction up, right? So what I do is I find a common ground on their LinkedIn profile. Like, for instance, um, when maybe about a month ago, my niche was different. I didn't help solopreneurs or coaches. I was helping non-native speakers in software sales. So um, what really helped me in this approach is actually I found um, like, for instance, I'm just gonna give you a quick example here of how I connected with a person in software sales that eventually became my client and paid 1,500 US on the call. So basically what I did is I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, how's it going? I You came up on my feed, and I think your content is refreshing. So I see on your profile that you went from tech support to sales guy. That must have been quite the transition." And then that's it. And then he messaged me back saying, "Oh yeah, that was quite the transition, and I had this and that and that and this." So we started a conversation. So he was from Madrid, so I'm like, "So how are things in Madrid?" Like, this is all in the DM, right? Is all good. Okay, so what kind of things do you like to do with your family, Madrid? And then small talk, and then he started to look through my profile and got familiarized with my content. And then he asked me, "So, what do you do? I'm interested in your services." But then this is where so many coaches and solopreneurs don't like, they maybe know how to do this in quotations, but they don't. And then they raise sales friction, because what I used to do is I used to send them two paragraphs of what I do. I do this, and do like two full paragraphs. One simple question: what are your services? And this kind of like raised the sales friction, and they didn't respond to me. The majority didn't. Some of them did, but the majority didn't, because I was giving away too much detail. I was overbogging them with detail and so on and so forth. So how to do this? Just get right into their challenges. And a way to lower your friction in this is Sure. Like this in the DM, right? Like in the DM, right? Sure. Sounds good. I would love to tell you about my services, but just see if I can help you out because there are some people that I just can't help. What does this do? This lowers sales friction because you just want to see if you can help them first, right? Of course, you know, as a coach, you know that you can help them, obviously, but this really lowers sales friction because why? Because they are they will have the impression that you don't want their money. You remember, you're an exclusive brand. You're busy. You don't want their money. You just want to ask them a couple questions, see if you can help them, right? Obviously, that's all. This lowers sales friction. And then just get a couple of challenges. So, what is the main challenge that you have in XXX? Or, okay, interesting. So, how long have you been feeling this way? How long have you been in this kind of situation? Okay, wonderful. And then get their challenges and then work to get them on a call, then, right? In this really lowers your sales friction, and then they would want to meet you, right? And I can't stress this enough. Send them a calendar invite with a Zoom link because it reminds them automatically. Now, once you're on a call with them, what do you do once you're on the call with them? Well, um, I'm just going to get some water here. Well, you want to continue that kind of rapport building and connection with them, right? You want to this remember you've been cultivating them in the DMs, of course, but you want to continue cultivating your friendship on the call. How do you do this? Well, a few minutes of small talk. So, how are things in your city? Da 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 da. Okay, and then along the way, you want to establish what the call is about, right? And then what you want to do is you want to ask them a question. What kind of question? To figure out why they're on the call with you. Now, if you say, "Why are you on the call with me?" Well, then they'll just start with their challenges. Now, I have this challenge, but no, you want to know deeper than that. You want to know they're attracted why they were attracted to you in the first place. So what the question I ask is what really attracted you to get more information about this, about my services, about this, about that, about this XX. And then guess what? I start the conversation gets flowing, it's usually my content. Oh yeah, you put a post about this, you put a post about that. I really liked it. So, what really stood out about this post? What really can I get some feedback? I mean, well, when you said this in your post was really good. So this really increment. Of course, you know why. You know why that they reach out. You know how to hit the pain points in your content, so you know why. But this is for them to work out for their own, right? This is for them to work out on their own, right? So you're asking questions to guide them, to persuade them to work with you. And that is what you have to do for it to be seamless as possible so that they commit to your solution. And so you can get out more and you can help as many people as you want, but at the same time, work less, get paid, and spend more time with your family. But when you come back, not neglect or in the at the same time not neglect your business. So again, Was I worried because I was gone for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks? Because I was gone for like 2 or 3 weeks because of sickness and because I had a vacation off LinkedIn and so on and so forth. Was I worried? No, because I did have Discovery calls booked on last Monday, but I couldn't get them because I was sick. So I sent them a message. They rebooked right away, and we had them this week. So again, no, because your business is your brand, and if you find this repeatable sales strategy, then your brand is always going to be visible to people. People are always going to be wandering around your profile. Why? Because you have found a repeatable sales strategy that has worked for you, not for another coach, but worked for you. So again, I can't stress enough when you work for a coach, or no, not when you work with a coach, not for when you work with a coach. Um, you want to keep this in mind. They have their strategy that works for them, right? But you need to assimilate their strategies. You need to sort of like take their strategy and work out your own strategy, so to speak, so that you can be fully yourself in your content, fully yourself in your DM strategy, and fully yourself on the call to give your prospects a great impression. So, with those three things, you'll become unstoppable. With those three things, you are not going to worry about your business going belly up, or you are not going to kill your business if you take a couple weeks off, like I did, right? Um, and you'll be able to do the things that you want at the same time work less. So, thank you very much. So I am going to do these lives every week now. Stay tuned for my content. Next week is going to be very interesting. I got some juicy information lined up for you. I usually post on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so 4 times a week. But like lately, again, I try my best. I only posted twice this week because of sickness, and I posted just like I've been so inconsistent, but still, getting these leads, getting these things to progress my business. So again, if you would like to know more advice on how it can help you one on one, please DM me. Please try to reach out. I don't bite. Or if you just want to simply have some free advice, free tips, um, I'd be more than willing to share some insights with you also. So thank you very much, and we shall see you later. Happy Sunday, and tomorrow is, well, right now it's 4 p.m. on a Sunday for me. So, like I said, I usually don't do this on weekends, but I want to get into it again. So, have a lovely week, and I hope everything goes well for you in your business. I wish you success.